The most news in the morning. CNN's American Morning. Weekday, 6 a.m. Eastern.
We were law school classmates. We were in section together first year. We were in a study group of 4 people all through our first year. So I do know Kagan well. She's smart. She's self-confident. She's funny. She is someone who goes into groups and organizations and figures out how to get along with everybody. Her political views are a mystery, frankly, even to me. I don't know where she stands on a lot of legal issues, but everywhere she has gone, she has been a leader, and she has been someone who has brought factions together.
Yeah, not much of a paper trail with her because no time in the judiciary, although she was nominated to the bench in 1999 by President Bill Clinton and never confirmed. A point of controversy that some people have brought up was when she was the dean of the Harvard Law School. She tried to keep military recruiters off campus. And she ended up having to sort of really backpedal on that whole thing when the Pentagon threatened her and then the Supreme Court ruled against her. What was that all about? Do you expect that'll come up at her confirmation hearings?
John, I think that issue will be the biggest substantive issue that she's questioned about because it is the only controversial issue that I'm aware of that she's taken a strong stand on. Basically, all universities, almost every university, and certainly Harvard, where she was dean, had a policy that said, you can't recruit on campus. You can't recruit our students. We won't make our facilities available to you unless you agree not to discriminate. Race, gender, sexual orientation. The military openly discriminates on the basis of sexual orientation. You can't be a member of the military if you're gay. Like virtually all the major schools in the country, Harvard said, we want you to recruit here, but we want you to follow our policies. The federal government passed a law called the Solomon Amendment that said if you throw the military off campus, you lose all your federal funding, which is hundreds of millions of dollars for a university like Harvard. Harvard and many other universities, led by NYU, challenged that law, said it was unconstitutional. Kagan filed a brief saying she thought the law was wrong. The Supreme Court unanimously voted against her.
Right, and then in her confirmation hearings for Solicitor General, she backtracked, as John said, and said she would uphold Solomon.
Absolutely. I mean, her job as Solicitor General was very different than her job as a private lawyer. When you are the Solicitor General, it is your job to defend the federal government, to defend federal statutes. Right. And if you think you can't do that, you have to quit. So she has defended laws that perhaps she would not have voted for if she was a member of Congress. So I think it's a little interesting and perhaps somewhat confusing to sort of judge her views by the stand she's taken as Solicitor General.
Gotcha. And that's interesting because there'll be a lot of memos about that because she writes to the president. I mean, and she did in the Clinton administration. So it'll be interesting if that's the paper trail.
Certainly, there will be a lot of people at the Clinton Library now looking at her paper trail because when you looked at someone like John Roberts or Samuel Alito, their record when they worked for the Reagan administration was very useful in the confirmation process, and this will be too.